everyone, my name is Adya Bansal and welcome to my new channel, Spineshvers. So welcome all the book nerds. This channel is for book related content like reviews and summaries, etc. And the genre we'll be focusing on in this channel will be mostly dark thrillers and murder mysteries, etc. But for our start, I'll go with something a bit mellow because I like all sorts of books and this is one of my favorites. So the review we're going to do today is To Kill A Mockingbird, a classic novel by Harper Lee. I just finished it a week ago and I loved it, and that's when it struck me that I needed to do a review about this. So this story is about a young girl, is through the eyes basically of a young girl named Scout Finch as she navigates life with the elder brother Jem and their friend Dill. They go on many adventures. They're like little kids just wanting some fun in their life. So, and most of their adventures revolve around one place, the Radley Place, and namely Boo Radley, or you can call him Arthur Radley, who's a topic of mystery among the whole town of Maycomb. It's a fictional town in which the story is set. So he's a guy with many allegations against him, and the children are naturally curious about those allegations. They want to know more about him, and so they try to get him out of his hiding space. Then there's Scout and Jem's father, Atticus Finch, and he's like the personification of perfection. He's a very, very wise man, a very calm man in the face of all the difficulties that he comes across. He's always so, calm and steady like a rock. He sticks to his beliefs like glue and also delivers those same teachings to his children. And he doesn't really differentiate between his children and other people. He just gives everyone the same teachings that he himself believes. So, he's a lawyer and he's been given the case of his life. He has to defend a black man who's been charged with the rape of a white girl. Now, this story is set in the 1930s in South America, so you can tell how big a deal it is. At that time, racial discrimination was at its peak. And not only racial discrimination, other sorts of discriminations are also included in this book, which is why I like it so much. It talks openly about these issues, like not only racial but gender discriminations and caste discriminations, community prejudices, and the difference between the rich and poor, the illiterate and educated. So this story also concentrates on those issues, but it heavily leans towards the racial part more, because this is about a black man who has been charged with the rape of the white girl. So Scout and Jem have to endure a lot of criticism towards their father. They are also criticized in their school and through their relatives. They're taunted, but they know how to handle it, and they handle it well. Well, not Scout at first. She just keeps hitting people, but later she's also taught by Atticus what to do and what not to do, and she tries to remain respectful to him by following his orders. Now, I won't tell you much about the characters because that's for you to read and find out. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say this: it's an extraordinary book, but it's not for everyone. It has its difficult accents and languages, and for people who don't usually read these sorts of books, it will be a very difficult read. They won't be able to grasp what is being said, and they won't be able to keep up their excitement. They'll get bored easily. So unless you are actually willing to read these sorts of books and you have experience in them, the books that use complicated languages and makes it sound more difficult to grasp than it actually is, then I definitely don't recommend you to read it unless you have experience in these sorts of books. But for me, it was a very refreshing and exotic read. I loved this book. So I'd suggest you go and buy it if you're into this kind of stuff. Just go on Amazon and get it. It's, I think, on sale. So anyway, that's it for today. Bye. you.